Poverty. What does it mean? According to the dictionary, poverty means somebody who lives under the means that are necessary for them to have, or somebody who lacks money, food security, and or other necessities as needed for a well-sustained life. Poverty is something that I know a lot of our young people that are within my program and other programs that I work in battle with. Poverty can stem from a lot of things. It can stem from you being new to a country. It could stem from somebody making poor choices. It could also stem from people who get involved in situations that lead them down to a road of destitute, sadness, depression, and possibly even crime. But I think for a lot of our young people, poverty is something that is deeply rooted in not having a lot of means, growing up with a lot of barriers in life, a language barrier, a work skills barrier, a knowledge barrier. All of those barriers can unfortunately lead to poverty. What I found in my years of being a teacher and now a program coordinator is that poverty can affect anybody of any race, gender, class. It could affect anybody of any social group. But from what I found recently also is that poverty definitely affects those that are new to any country for that matter, but especially here in the United States. When I think of poverty, I think of my dad when he first came to this country. When he first came to America, he only had a white beater shirt, booty shorts, and 3 cents in his pocket. And when he landed here in Reagan National Airport in Washington, D.C., he got sent to a house, rather an apartment that was filled with 15 different people. And it was not in the safest part in Maryland. It was in a very dangerous neighborhood and there was a lot of crime. So my dad had to face a lot of barriers and a lot of negative things around him in order to survive and assimilate into the country. And honestly, my dad's story reminds me of a lot of the kids that I serve. I know the struggle is real and I know that it's not easy when you have parents who are coming here for a better life, but they struggle because they don't make enough money to survive in the area that they are in. It also doesn't help that there's a lot of crime, there's a lot of bad influences that are around. And I'm just thankful that programs like my own exist to help these kids. And I'm glad that my dad has shared his experience with me about how to, just rise above the challenge and really just work hard to get what you want, but also to just be smart with, who you interact with and how you handle yourself and your money in order to grow in society as well. Another thing that poverty can be linked to is crime and young people making poor decisions. I know that where I used to teach, there was a lot of poverty and a lot of young people would choose to get involved in drug dealing, inappropriate work. They would also choose to get involved in gang life. And for them, getting involved in gang life, selling drugs, was like feeling like they belonged to something, but also it felt them feel rich. It helped them feel like they were going to make it out of the hood and make it out of a destitute lifestyle, if you will. And they also thought that was going to help their families. There's no easy way to solve poverty because we all know that there's a lot of social and political barriers that surround it. If you are living in poverty, if you are battling with trying to survive in the United States, definitely take advantage of free resources that are out there. There's nonprofits, there's a lot of organizations that are out there to help out these people. Take advantage of any workshops or life skills course that are out there so you can learn the skills necessary to advance up in a job or get a job. I'm grateful for my dad and I'm so thankful for his experience because it's taught me to never take life for granted, and it's always taught me to have a heart and have a perspective to always help out people when they are in need. I just want to say to anybody out there that's dealing with poverty, know that you're not alone and know that you're not alone in the struggle. There are various resources out there that can help you and that are for free, but you just have to be willing to reach out to somebody to get that help, and you have to be willing to have that determination like my dad did in order to rise up to the top and just have a better life. I think another thing that everyone should be aware of is that selling drugs, getting involved in crime, getting involved in unsafe acts of trying to make quick money is not the best way to go, especially if you know that can lead to death or incarceration, jail/juvie time. It's really not worth it, because if you want to make it to the top and if you want to live a prosperous life here in this country, you're gonna have to do the right things that are healthy and lawful in order to really just live that prosperous life that you've always wanted. And I know for some of our young people, there's always that negative thought of, I don't think I'm gonna make it. My parents are trying, but to me it's not good enough or it's not fast enough, and I feel like I need to do XYZ in order to make that quick money. And I just want to say to that young person that's thinking that, you need to look at the bigger picture in the future, because you don't want to be addicted to something that you can't get off of. You don't want to face jail time for something that you could have avoided. And I know for some young people, it's about trying to help their family. It's about trying to pay the rent on time so they don't get evicted. It's about having food so your little siblings and your auntie or abuelito, abuelita, tia, tío doesn't go hungry. I know that's a real struggle, right? But again, there's various resources out there that are willing to help you and are willing to guide you into the right way of living a healthy and prosperous life. And I know it's easier said than done. I know that it takes a lot of determination, resiliency, and tenacity in order to do the right thing, to go about the right way, to make money, survive, help your family stay afloat. But at the same time, I want to encourage everyone to understand and to really just embrace the fact that you also got to take care of yourself in a healthy way.